Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to watch football, not get married. What are we doing here?
I've gotten a lot of baby powder. People are like, man, what'd you get out of baby powder for? I think I'm going to have to smack the hell out of a lot of people this year. I just can feel it.
Hold on. The only thing you should be getting married to in the fall is football.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and this is No Weddings in the Fall, the show that rekindles your love back with football. We are here. It's week 11. I can't even believe it. We getting down to the nitty gritty, and I got my main man here in the building, Ben Skadoob Troupe. Welcome in, my friend. We're here to break this thing on down.
Thank you, Mitchell. Always a pleasure being with you, sir. Man, let's get to it. Let's do it.
I know I am ready. Let's pay the bills real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid. Throw us a like. Throw your comments in there. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. Little things stopping you from doing it. Big things popping for us when you do. We always appreciate that. Also, if you are looking for some championship bling for your fantasy champion, look no further than Pro-Am Belts. And if you're looking for daily fantasy, go to the Fast Trap app. Use the promo code Troupe. We'll double that deposit up to $50. No way you can beat that. And plus, we'll help give you some advice going into and making some good picks for that daily fantasy game. All right, Ben, well, we got a lot to talk about for Week 10, so let's talk about the week on repeat.
And now to football scores with the boys from No Weddings in the Fall with the week on repeat.
All right, so interesting stuff from last week. Let's go into first the bigger game, I guess, of the day. Indiana kind of struggled a bit versus Penn State, 27-24. What'd you think of that game?
Kurt Signetti is lucky. Ooh, Indiana's lucky because the thing about it was they do the thing now, Commissioner. They do the upset alert, right? It's an upset alert. But it took Indiana all game to figure out, hey man, we about to lose to freaking Penn State, a coachless Penn State, and that catch that the receiver made, I mean, that was a one in a million type catch he made to get both feet in. But I mean, Penn State is gonna have a game, but the reason that's another reason why Penn State doesn't have a coach right now with James Franklin. They'll play a team like Indiana to the wire, and then they'll lose to UCLA. That's right. They'll lose to UCLA in 1 week, and then they'll lose to Northwestern. Northwestern actually plays football, and they beat Penn State. That's how James Franklin, got fired. But it was a good game. I mean, I give Indiana a lot of credit. Indiana is that team that everybody is rooting for, but also rooting against because they really don't know what type of team they are. Kurt Signetti is a very, very confident 60-some-year-old man that just got a big-time extension. He talks a lot of trash. He says Ohio State sucks. He says Penn State sucks. He says Michigan sucks. Well, you almost lost to Penn State. Everybody knows you can't really beat Ohio State. We'll see what happens. But shout out to them Hoosiers for getting the dub.
Bro, that catch was sick. Oh, my God. That was one of those where if you're just sitting in the chair, you lifting your ass right out of it. Like, damn. Yeah, it was really good catch. Really good game overall. So, yeah, like you said, hats off to Indiana. Let's go to the Texas Tech game. We made some jokes about BYU, and they seemed to be the joke last week. 29-7 beatdown. What'd you think of that one?
Texas Tech is a team real similar to Indiana. I mean, making some noise right now, ranking in the top 10. BYU is ranking in the top 10. I think when you talk about teams like Texas Tech and BYU, it has to be two teams, Commissioner, that you watch a whole lot. But guess what? Right now, they're better than most teams in college football. And regardless of who they played or haven't played, they both were ranked in the top 10 with Texas Tech moving on. They beat up on BYU pretty good. Look, man, Mormons play football, people. And they go to three schools. They go to BYU, they go to Utah, and they go to Utah State. That's where they go. Don't ask me. So when you say, hey, man, these dudes like 26, 27 years old, but you would be too if you had to go on a mission trip for about 4 or 5 years out of high school. But Texas Tech gets the win. The last time Texas Tech was good, they had Graham Harrell. I want to say they had Michael Crabtree. and they still making plays today. So shout out to them Texas Tech boys for getting it done. BYU, listen, we made some jokes, but y'all better than most teams that we be covering on here.
Ben, we got a question in. Before we do, he's in mid-yawn before I bring him in. Let's bring in Justin Herrera. Welcome in. Welcome in, friend.
Straight off the nap on the couch with the kid. I had to put the kid down because I had to get on here to talk some smack and talk some football with you guys. I can't believe Texas Tech. By the way, Jacob Rodriguez, I'm behind that all the way. Great kid. And on the prime time, he went out and shined, got himself 9 tackles, leading the team and an interception. Great job for him.
For real. Absolutely. Ben, we got a question in here from the real Antonio. It's not the fake one, it's the real one. Who you got for the next coach for Penn State?
Man, I would say this. It's going to be a carousel, but I could see somebody like, and I know people going to be like, what? I mean, I could see somebody like Hugh Freeze, Brian Kelly, guys that, former head coach of LSU and Auburn, one of those guys, because Penn State, they have I think they got an identity problem. In their mind, they think they're on the same level as Michigan, Ohio State. They're not. They're not. But they want to get a high-profile coach to make it look like they want to still be trending upward. So I could see a Hugh Freeze or a Brian Kelly, because I think when you think about a team like Penn State, they don't want to get a coach that you got to give his resume. You know how they get a coach? They got to give his resume on ESPN. They're like, yeah, he coached at this team and go. So I see a guy like Brian Kelly and Hugh Freeze, or because I don't think they could pull nobody else. They can't get a current coach that's coaching right now. But Penn State's gonna want to get a good coach. Those players deserve that. And outside of the fact that they have the most bland color scheme you ever seen, you got an all-white jersey with blue numbers and an all-white helmet. I mean, it doesn't get more bland. The same person that came up with the Penn State color scheme also came up with the Colts color scheme, because the Colts are like Penn State, just lighter blue. There's nothing to it. It's not. And and to add a little spice, they wear black cleats. Who cares? No one cares. But I hope they do get a good coach. Penn State deserves a good coach, no doubt.
I like it. Shock Prod want to know what league I was commissioner for. It's my own.
Listen.
I put it there. It's my own fantasy league. That's about all I can commission.
Of course. No. What he's really saying is he wants to be a commissioner of a league. Look, if you have a league, every league's supposed to have a commissioner. Everybody doesn't get acknowledged. We acknowledge Jason as the commissioner. Listen. Go ever tell whatever fantasy league you own or part of, you want to be the commissioner and you want to be addressed as the commissioner. Just be honest about it. Be a grown man for one time in your life and say, "Can I be?" Don't ask your wife that now. She gonna call you a lot of names. It ain't gonna be commissioner. She might call you, "Get the hell out of my face."
I already have people.
She's gonna say, "You spent $100. What? You spent $400. What?"
I got enough people in my league chat making fun of me for using the commissioner name on my podcast. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, all right. He said we got one here that's Sir Mod 6199. Forget Texas Tech. Sorry, I'm on brick mode. Where the garden tools at?
Okay, there. Listen, people. Let's listen. Let's calm down. Okay, this is a halfway family show. Okay, you can't say everything you're thinking. Okay, I'm just saying. And the fact that I can get that reference just from reading it. I mean, come on, I like how you were trying to keep it PG, but come on, man, calm that stuff down. This is called No Weddings. Ain't no women over here, G. I'm just telling you.
Heard that. All right, we had another close one last week. Oregon struggled against Iowa 18-16. Justin, you came on. What'd you think of that game?
I was unimpressed by Dante Moore. This is a guy we're supposed to be talking about as a Heisman guy. And Iowa's tough, but they're also unranked once again because, they really haven't had that impressive of a season. So, I looked at this game and I said to myself, man, South, do I want him? Do I want Russell Wilson Jr. over here? Or do I want Fernando Mendoza? And after watching Indiana play this season, I want Fernando Mendoza. I think I'll let somebody else draft Dante Moore if I'm the who's it gonna be? Miami Dolphins, New York Jets. Who's it gonna be? Oh man, probably the Cleveland Browns at this point. But if I'm one of those teams, I think I want Fernando Mendoza.
So I'm just going to say this. Ain't going to be this team because America's team is back in the fold. Miami, we're going to the NFL, so it was a good transition. Miami, and you guys don't need to say nothing for this one. Miami, the America's team, Dolphins, put the fucking beat down on the Bills, 30-13. I got to tell you, I've been sitting back, feeling miserable, and what a great game that was. That's what Miami looks like when they're hitting on all cylinders. That's a team I believed in. Maybe the Bills were a little punch drunk from beating the Chiefs. I don't care. You got beat the fuck down in our house, and I'm going to stick to it. And guess what, guys? I just want to throw this out there. The next opponents, the Commanders, we got the Saints, we got the Jets. We back in this, mama. I'm just going to let y'all know right now, Miami Dolphins are back. Let's go. All right, we got a comment here from KZ Raised. I'm a KU fan. Life sucks. Heeshaw trash. Daniels trash. Nobody can catch. And to quote a buddy, we're shooting 3-pointers instead of throwing touchdowns. I like that.
It's Kansas. It's Kansas.
Lim D want to let us know, go Bears. Bears playing pretty damn good right now. And he says Bills suck. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Bump them Bills, bro. Bump them. All right, let's talk about the next NFL matchup from last week. A really good game. The Patriots 28-23 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good football game. I think what it really showed was Tampa's really missing Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out there. But what are your thoughts? We'll go to Ben on this one. What's your thoughts on that matchup?
Drake May is he's doing what he's supposed to do right now. He's finding a way to looking like an MVP candidate. Everybody thought that the Bills were going to run away with this division with Mike Vrabel being in his first year, as the head coach of the New England Patriots. We knew that the Dolphins, would definitely make some noise. Nobody saw New England doing this. They doing it. They not only are they tops in that division, they look like the best team, one of the, if not the best team in the AFC right now. Taking nothing away, from teams like Denver and Kansas City going to be coming in the charges. But this was a down to the wire game, and the fact that the Bucs can still be in the game with no Chris Godwin and no Mike Evans and no Irving. But hey man, shout out to them. Shout out to New England. Mike Vrabel once again. Tennessee Titans. You want to know why you a bad organization? Because you got rid of Mike Vrabel. You got rid of A.J. Brown. You got rid of Derrick Henry. You got rid of Kevin Byard. You stink. You stink at decision makers. I'm just saying, like people go, hey man, what's the difference in a good team and a bad team? You want to know the difference? Yeah, decision making. That's it. One know how to make good decisions. Like Mike Vrabel to say, hey man, we want to get rid of Mike Vrabel. We want A.J. Brown want too much money, and Derrick Henry he rushing for too many yards. Let's get rid of him. Well, who you gonna replace him with? Oh, man, we're going to go out there and get Cam Ward, and we're going to get Will Levis. We're going to get Mason Rudolph. What? Shout out to New England, a real football team. Getting it done right now with real football players that actually go out there and execute. Not, hey, man, we the number one pick in the draft, but I think Cam Ward going to make some noise. No, because you were the worst team in 2024. You don't go from worst to first in 2025. That don't happen in Tennessee. I'm just saying. So shout out to New England. Keep balling. And the only reason why the Tennessee Titans didn't let me down is because they had an off week and they lost without even playing a game. They still lost. They lost to nobody. Yeah. Because somebody showed a picture, somebody showed a video of Cam Ward in his Halloween costume. How old are we? You got a real Halloween costume? Really? Look at Cam Ward. You look at him. Just look at him. Sit down, Cam. I'm just saying. He had a all neon outfit in the parking lot, waiting on people to walk by. You don't think we can see you in that big old neon fit? You got, boy, go watch some film. Don't get costumes. You ain't got enough,
Win some games first, bro. Hello, Rex the Dasher. We appreciate you. I don't think your emoji's quite worked out there, Christopher. You were trying to put something in. KZ Ray said, it's not a bad receiver core. 2 rookie receivers, Emeka Buka and Ted Johnson. But other than that, it's kind of nothing. Yeah, agreed. They're starting to, like I said, starting to dwindle a little bit as far as weapons for Baker. But, he's still doing his thing, though. Baker is the man. Slay, Batty, slay. Heard that. Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the next one. Let's talk about the overseas game at 9:30 a.m. Jonathan Taylor's running all over you while you're still laying in bed. Colts won 31-25, and what a great game finally it was so bad that here I am. I love the CBS. Like that's the one I like when I watch my pregame. I couldn't even get to the intro because I'm still watching this Colts game. Plus, the guy who was playing had Jonathan freaking Taylor. So, of course, I'm just watching to see how much I have to come back from. Jeez, oh, please. But 31-25 beatdown, epic performance, by the way, by Jonathan Taylor. Justin, what were your thoughts on this one?
Well, I wouldn't call it a beatdown. I would just say, here's one thing the Falcons got wrong. Stop handing the ball to Tyler Algier and making him a guy, and just give the ball to Bijan Robinson all the fucking time. This guy is a fucking stud workhorse. You want Jonathan Taylor? You have Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor even went out there and said, hey, dude, keep doing you. You're the next fucking stud. You're the next guy up. I'm doing it right now. Saquon did it last year. You're the next guy. You're the next Madden cover guy after I get it this year. For the Falcons, it's a same old shit. It's nice to see Penix back in the driver's seat and, kind of still fumbling this thing around. Drake London had a good game. But the Colts, man, when the Colts have their run game going, it's a real, real tough time for any other team. I think the biggest problem for the Colts going forward is going to be they faced a lot of pretenders on their schedule, and now you got to really start to think about it. You get that first seed. Are you going to be kind of like, a couple years back when Baltimore got that first seed and they had played a bunch of pretenders and then they got hit in the mouth with Tennessee? So it's going to be one of those things where you're going to have to kind of like start kind of impressing against the better teams. They've lost to winning teams this season. So I liked what I saw from Jonathan Taylor, but as you said, from our friend who in that league, just like his team, if Jonathan Taylor doesn't perform, his team usually takes a shit too. So, I know Jason alluded to this. He had David a chance. So when you got points getting matched up, sometimes that means that you got to get points from other places, and the Colts need to start getting points from other places. That's all. Really getting
I was actually proud of myself because I know he was bragging already in the league chat because he felt he had an easy victory. But boy, I saw that talent. I raised you an HN, and on Monday night, I slayed it with Devonta Smith in the end zone to put the cherry on top. So get your ass out. By the way, KC Ray says Falcon and Colts 2 RBs are elite. And Bijan and JT. JT won this one, but Daniel Jones looked nervous. It was hard to watch and too much Tyler Algier.
Bro, that dude always looks fucking like in a daze. He always looks in a daze. Like, that's his game face right there. His game face is like literally looking like he's scared as shit all the time. Like, I don't even think it's like he does that on purpose. I think that's just him. He just looks like he is just scared as shit all the time.
Deer in headlights look is what we got. Haha 16. I think you're struggling with your emojis as well. I don't know what the hell you're going on with that. Z says, and you can't blame Penix for the season. I still don't think he's ready. It's going to take a long time before Penix gets even half decent. Got the weapons built around him, so hopefully he can mature a little bit this season, roll into next season a little bit ready to rumble. All right, we'll finish it up with last week with Baltimore 27.
Hold on. We didn't even ask Ben Troupe about the Falcons. You got to go your whole rant on the Dolphins.
Because you already know how I feel about it. Everybody knows this, right? Going into a game, people go, "Hey man, how are you gonna stop the coach? You got to make him one dimensional." What do you mean? You can't let Jonathan Taylor rush for 200 yards. No, we're gonna let him rush for 244 yards. 244. You can't let him rush for 2 touchdowns. No, we're gonna let him rush for 3 touchdowns. And an overtime game winner. Really? Yeah. Why? Because we don't understand football. We don't understand the dynamics of football. Like things like don't let the best player beat you. Really? Well, who's the best player for the Colts? I thought it was Daniel Jones. It's not. The best player for the Colts, his name is not Daniel. His name is Jonathan. And he the truth. But I will say this. The Falcons did play better, but it wasn't good enough. You know what the Colts do that Atlanta doesn't do? The Colts feature Jonathan Taylor, and Atlanta doesn't feature Bijan. This time last year, Commissioner, there was these two teams in the NFL. One was the Eagles, and one was the Ravens. And what did we say? Get the ball to Saquon, get the ball to Derrick Henry. That's it. Oh, why? 'Cause everybody gonna benefit from the run game. What will Atlanta do? Zach Robinson, that's the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. For you don't know, he goes to the game and says, "Hey, Bijan, man, we're gonna try to sprinkle in a little Algier. What? Give the ball to Bijan. Bijan should have at least 25 touches on, at least 25 carries on offense. You know, give him 5-6 throws because Bijan gets better as the game goes on, just like Jonathan Taylor. The best running backs, you have to give them the rock. I'm just saying. So if you are Atlanta, it's hard to be disappointed. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I have a will. And in my will, I said that I want the Falcons to be my pallbearers. Why? So they can let me down one last time. Just lay me down. But they say they might drop me. So they say, but Ben, you can't use them. You got to have some people that's sure-handed. So I can't even use the Falcons as some pallbearers because they'll drop me. And my casket might open up, and Justin, the commissioner, I might be like this. You had one thing to do. Raheem Morris, Arthur Blank. I'm just saying, man. I get so sick of the Falcons, man. Michael Penix is not the problem. The Falcons are the problem. The entire organization, top to bottom. Terry Fontenot, Raheem Morris, Zach Robinson, the Falcon, the mascot, the drinks, the concessions, the parking, the line, the waiting in the line. It's everything. Because guess what? Kyle Pitts is a regular tight end. I don't know why he's a regular tight end, but he is. Who is this?
KZ just
Darnell
wanted to
Mooney
might need to have a seat, not producing at receiver, not looking as good as he was last year. Drake London had a hell of a game, but Pitts and Mooney need to step up.
Let me tell you something. We ain't finna be winning with a guy's first name is Darnell. Darnell does not sound like that's his name, and I didn't name him. Darnell don't sound like a dude that's gonna catch a lot of passes. Darnell sounds like a dude that owe you money. Like you seen Darnell? Yeah, I saw him earlier, man, but he was all right. I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna get my money. No, and look, until you Falcons players is talking trash about what the team needs to do, listen. Look in the mirror, trust what you see, have several seats, and be quiet. Just because you can't beat Carolina, you might lose to the Saints. And if Raheem Morris makes it the entire year, Kirk Cousins is still a Falcon too. He's still a Falcon. And he wants out. Kirk Cousins wants out, and he got $90 million in 2024. It's another I want out. Got his money and ran. The greatest bank robber in American history is Kirk Cousins. He's the greatest bank robber you ever seen in your life. He'll rob you in broad daylight. And he drives away in a van that has K Cousins on his license plate. Man, stop it.
I think he reminds me of when Grant Hill was here in Orlando and basically was injured for all of his time here, and like he played for a little bit, and they even tried to renegotiate his contract, but he wasn't willing to do so. And I'm like, bruh, like, are you joking me right now? He said KZ said $9 million to sit on a cold metal bench.
I mean, no, check this out.
You want this? Daniel, very appreciate you coming in, man.
I bet y'all forgot this. In 5 years ago, 6 years ago, in the draft, you know who the Hawks drafted? The Hawks drafted Luka Doncic, and they traded him for Trae Young. They did that on draft day. Drafted Luka. It's a trade. We got a trade. Who you got? Trae Young. So you got a guy that's barely 6 feet tall from Oklahoma over a guy that's 6'9" and has been approached since he was 17. I'm just telling you. And if you haven't ever been to a Hawks game, this is no lie. The Hawks can lose a game without overtime 160 to like 110. They can give up that many points in just regular quarters. I'm telling y'all don't know misery until you are a professional sports league fan in Atlanta. Hawks, the Braves did win in 2021, by the way. And Atlanta United, that's a soccer team. You know how confused people are when they walk out of Mercedes-Benz and they see a big, gigantic soccer ball, and they saying, "What's this soccer ball doing?" Like they be like, people walk out, they going. Somebody goes, "No, no, no," and this is somebody say, "No, no, no." There's a Hawks soccer team. No, it is not. No, no, no. There's a professional soccer team in Atlanta, and somebody goes, "No, it is not. That's just a soccer ball because it's soccer season." Shut the hell up. No, I'm telling you, man, Atlanta is crazy, man. So I'm not surprised, man. The only thing I'm surprised with Atlanta is that people keep having expectations that they're going to win. They're not. They're, they're not going to do it. And it pisses me off because I want them to win. They can't even win the NFC South. They can't beat a dude named Baker. They can't beat him. They can't beat a dude named, I'm telling, and the Saints just beat Carolina on Sunday. So Atlanta might be staring at the work. If Atlanta ends up fourth in this division, if they have a worse record than the Saints, I'm still gonna be a Falcons fan. But I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to therapy or something. This stuff is crazy. Y'all Dolphins fan, y'all will be all right. 49er fans, that's a real football team. Atlanta just has a real nice stadium and real cheap food. That food is cheap. It's good too. That food cheap. It better be cheap, and these seats better be nice because people don't even walk when Atlanta lose. People don't get mad. They act like they mad. Oh, man, they go home and enjoy the rest of their Sunday. It's the Falcons. You think people leaving church early? You think the pastor saying, "Hey, man, I'm trying to hurry up and get this sermon done so y'all can get to the game"? Or what? For what?
KZ wanted to remind you, don't forget you have the Thrashers, so don't forget to add that in your mix. SHM Vibe wants to know what advice you want to give people in their 20s. Want to hear from all three. Listen, I don't know if you know what show you on, bro, but
hold on. What advice you want to give to people in their 20s?
Go ahead. You give them some advice.
Okay. You want me to give you some advice? Yeah. Get off your parents' insurance. Get off your parents' insurance. Showing up on time to work should not be congratulated. Like, you shouldn't go up to your manager and go, "You know, I was on time today." That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're
being so
supposed to
sensitive.
do.
That's what I would advise.
And 20-something years old and in your teens is a different kind of young. You are young in your 20s, but you're an adult. Because people go, "Man, I'm just 25 years old." What the hell? Are you 15 years old? Love my 20s. Listen, love my 20s. Oh, and let's say this. I know what I got. People that was born in the 70s and the 80s are not jealous of y'all. I know y'all think we want to be y'all. We don't. Look, love y'all. But I deal with a lot of 20-something-year-olds, and they be giving me that, "Ben, man, you just mad." Mad at what? Like, what am I mad at? You know? I said, what? Because I get sick of this. "Oh, Troupe, I see you trying to wear shoes like me." Mitch, we've been wearing these shoes before you was in the womb. What do you you trying to dress like me? I buy your clothes. How can I dress like you when I buy your clothes? Or you say, "Hey, can I use a credit card?" How old are you? 25. Hell off my phone. No. And if you do use it, I'm gonna say that the card. I'm gonna call the police and say, "Man, that illegal credit card." So I'm gonna get my money back. No, love y'all 20-something years olds, but all I'm saying is this: you're not gonna be a YouTube star. You're not gonna be an influencer. You're gonna have to get a job one day. Look. Some of y'all are gonna make it. Some of y'all are gonna be influencers. Some of y'all are gonna be YouTubers. You know, some of y'all are gonna be able to make money through content creation. For the rest of y'all. And I'm going to say this, and I love y'all. If you can eat at McDonald's, you can work there. If you can eat at Wendy's, you can work there. I'm just saying, like, don't give me that. "I can't work here." Can I get the number 2? Yes, hell, you can too. You can work there. And ain't nobody checking, ain't nobody hating on y'all, man. You don't have that many haters. I'm telling you. You don't have that many haters. And before you say spell the word definitely, you can't do it. You can't even spell it. I'm just telling you, you can't do it.
Or the word restaurant. Hey, let's get through a few more of these comments. We're gonna be here all
Or
damn.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
telling you, and the word desert and dessert are not spelled the same. I was online the other day and somebody was like, oh, being desert and dessert is spelled the same. It just means something different. You think so? Yeah.
What?
I'm like, how old are you, sir? You're like, I am 25.
So, someone is
I'm-
Tess, by the way, says a job. That's exactly what I was with when you're bringing this up. Someone else tip says why the top guy look like Igor. I don't know who you're talking about, and I don't know who the top guy is for you, but you can fuck off. KZ Racer.
He knew exactly who he was talking about.
I think he's talking about. I think he's referencing you, to be honest with you, because advice. KZ has advice for suffering sports fans without a championship. Let me explain something to you, sir. I am a Miami Dolphin fan. We haven't even sniffed a freaking playoff win, much less a championship. So the only advice I can tell you is to just keep the faith, because when it comes, my friend, you're gonna be kicking down the door. That's how I feel about it. Someone said I keep picking my nose. I guess I am. I don't really know. But I don't. Who gives? Fuck you! Yay! I'm picking it. Who cares?
Give him the
Grow
full
up.
view.
You know
Give him
what?
the
You know what
full
I really,
view.
you know what I realized? Hold on. You know what I realized though with all these comments though. So for everybody out there, right, that want to that want to be a content creator, that wants to be a podcast or whatever you want to be. When you open up your comments, listen to me. When you open up your comments, it's gonna make you think you either real popular, like, oh man, everybody was, or you're gonna realize people love commenting on stuff. They really, really do. But because we used to do that stuff, they're like, man, what are y'all talking? First, commissioner said, you know what show you on, right? Which means we'll be real PG unless you take me there. If you take me there, we can do it. If you want to do it, because let me tell you something. When you born in the 70s and the 80s, you really don't care. Like as much, our ladies have to tell us, don't say that. Don't say what? Don't say that to him. I don't care. He looked like a shaved bird. I don't care.
All
What
right,
do I care about the,
24/7, man. That's all I ever hear. She's like, don't say. I'm like, nah, bro, nah. I don't. I could care less. And she's always worried about what other people think and how she looks. I do not care. You don't like it.
Okay. So if I do care, what do I get? If I do, Justin, if I do care, do I go home and call my parents and Mama, listen, today somebody said something to me, a random person, and I didn't say anything back because I cared. I didn't want to say anything. You know what my daddy gonna say? What you mean you ain't say nothing? You ain't say anything? Because my dad is the type of person, man, that look, my dad is free. You know why? You know why my dad is free? Because he doesn't have social media. My dad don't got no usernames. My dad ain't got no email address. My dad don't got nothing. You know what my dad's biggest accomplishment in the last 10 years when it comes to anything as far as like technology is making the screen big. You know how you go from small to big? To him, he was like, son, boy, I made the screen big today. I said, what you talking about? It was small. And your mama said, push that right there in the corner. So that thing look like a square. I said, look at that. And listen, and walked off. Didn't type nothing. If my dad had to send an email, humanity is done. It is over for us. My daddy ain't CCing nobody. My dad is just free. When you go to a hotel, everybody knows you got to give a credit card for incidentals. Not my daddy. Oh no. My daddy will try to pay a $300 a night hotel cash. He'll say, how much is it? We're gonna be here for 4 days. Hold on. With the taxes. My dad, they'll say, sir, we need a car for $50 incidentals. Not happening. You know why? Because he says, if I give you my card, I got to wait 7 days after I leave here to get my $50 back, which lets you know I am checking to see. How do I know? I got my parents a hotel room one time in Jekyll Island, Georgia, real close to where I was living in Brunswick. And my mama, I was living in Brunswick. My mama said, "Could you come over here?" I had to drive over to the water, drive over the causeway to say. And when I walk in, this is what I hear. This is what I hear when I walk in. Come take it from me, then. Mind you, I'm like, what the? He's telling me, listen. When my dad is talking to the lady, when my dad is talking to the young lady, he's like, "Young lady, I'm not giving you no card. I'm here." So when she called the guy, the manager, my dad feel a type way. He like, "Come take it from me, then, young buck." I said, "Wait a minute, Daddy, you finna squabble over 50?" My daddy said, "It's 100 here." Oh, it's $100.
Oh,
So my dad said, "Quote, anything we buy." My daddy said, "We ain't getting no room service. Whatever we get, we gonna leave the hotel to get." My mama said they get upstairs. What is he calling downstairs doing? Room service. Room service. Yeah, this is room service. Listen, I look forward. I don't know about you, Commissioner. I don't know about you, Justin. I'm looking forward to being like a 70-year-old obnoxious old dude. Because when you old, what they gonna say? This old dude over here tripping. And if the police come, you know what I'm gonna say? "Oh, you finna put an old man in jail, dude. That's what you finna do. Go ahead and lock me up. You finna lock me up because I'm complaining about my order." No, they said, "Sir, you refuse to pay for it." I'm not gonna pay for it. And I ate the whole thing, and it wasn't good. And I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay. And I want a free piece of cheesecake because I ain't like it. Whatever. Yeah, man. 20-something-year-old.
And a discount.
I know I never got to put in on this one, but if I were to have advice, it would literally be listen to the old heads wherever you're at. Oh, my dad always used to tell me, listen to the fucking old heads. You'll hear the best fucking stories and you'll get the best fucking advice on life. Because who's better to tell you than the people that have been around the longest, right?
And they don't care. And they don't care. They don't. I mean, they don't care. Jay, I know the commissioner don't care. I can see you and your wife being out. She's saying, "Jason, don't." No, here it is. "Jason, don't say anything." And Jason goes, "Number one, call me commissioner. If you want me to do it, call me commissioner then." What? Call me commissioner? I won't say commissioner. Yes. Don't do it.
That's our pillow talk. Call me commissioner, babe. Listen, let me run through these comments real quick because we got quite a few of them, and then we gotta get on to the show here. But KZ said he can't talk about losing championship. KC sports fan, yeah, exactly. Daddy Pork, thanks for joining us tonight. He wants to know if we like Diddy oil. Probably not.
Do we like Diddy what?
Diddy oil. I don't really know what that means.
No.
I guess maybe we'll get oiled up and play some ball later. Yes, say that to concussed Tua, says Amnick. Funny. Except losing to the Eagles, we love doing that in KC. Feel you there. Alex says UNC. Daddy Pork says this guy loves Diddy. Who this chat plays BF6? Don't know what that is. Hobby Sense, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Here's an actual legit question. We'll get to that. We'll get to this in a second, though, because let me run through the rest and we'll talk about that. So thank you for an actual question. But this next comment's hilarious. I can't get over how Cooper looks like a Walmart Great Value Dayball. So I'm basically T-Move Dayball, basically, apparently. So that's pretty good. I like that. That's a good one. Finally got the good one in there. All right. All right. So we got to get to this question because he asked a lot. Before we get that, he says KZ wanted to add in, if they messed up your order in fast food, they can no longer take food back due to food safety being uptight. So just so you know, they probably.
So you can complain about your fast food, they can't take it back.
Yeah, keep it and then give me something else. Let's go to who we think is going to the Super Bowl this week. Justin, you Justin. Oh my God, to get up and he took you out. All right, so who do you think's going to the Super Bowl? Because we're going to get to talk about some of the games this week. But just offhand, AFC, NFC, who do you think right now? You took Ben off, by the way, when you got up. You did it again.
Still see y'all. There it is.
All right.
Who do I think is going to the Super Duper? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to bet against the Eagles. I think the Eagles are a team that don't care how it looks. They just want to get there. I can see them being back in the Super Bowl again because I don't know how the NFC is really, really good. but I think the Eagles have found a way to, run through it right now. As far as the AFC, I know this is gonna be crazy. But I can see something weird like Denver or like New England being in the Super Bowl for this reason right here. Kansas City is down this year. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't trust the Chargers. I don't care what they just did against Pittsburgh. I don't care. I don't care. I don't trust the Chargers. So yeah, give me Eagles. Give me Eagles / Lions because the Lions are really, really good. And I'll pick two in the AFC. Give me New England / New England / the Colts. I can see the Colts getting there.
Justin, who you like?
Are you just picking two teams, or are you just picking the matchup?
You can pick whatever you like. Ben just offering two options there on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll probably go with the Broncos because they're winning the ugly games right now, and they still got the potential to win they got a lot of potential on that offense. I think they're kind of stifled right now, but they're still winning. And then on the NFC side, man, you know what? I called it as my NFC West team. Man, the Seahawks are looking real fucking good, man. They're looking good on both sides of the ball, special teams. It doesn't matter where they're at. This week's going to be huge because if they beat the Rams at LA, I think that's a real shocker, and that's a real setup for them taking that next step. More importantly, Darnold taking that next step because obviously we saw Darnold struggle in the playoffs. But I think I could see the Broncos and the Seahawks in a rematch from what was that Super Bowl? Was it like 42 or something like that? 43.
I was going to say
Peyton Manning. Oh, maybe it was 50. I don't know. I fucking don't remember at this point. It wasn't one that I tuned in for. But it was, I could see that being something going down the line.
KZ said he's got Colts Pats in the AFC, Bucks Seahawks in the NFC with a Colts Bucks Super Bowl. Bucks win it all. That would, again, not far out of the possibility. I like personally on the NFC side, the Eagles and the Rams. And I was talking about the Rams preseason because they impressed me so much in the postseason last year, and not just regular season, but how well they played in the postseason last year. Just seemed to be able to turn it on, and they're a really complete team. So I'm really impressed with the Rams. And I'm sorry, I think that you were right on to something, Justin. I think the Colts are that team that are going to be one and done. Quite frankly, they impressed me in the regular season. I just don't think they have what it takes in the postseason. So I like Patriots, Bills, or Chiefs, one of them three. Right now, I just can't argue with the Patriots playing so well right now, playing in all facets of the game. So, Patriots, Bills, or Patriots, Chiefs in the AFC Championship is what I like. Someone is tested. We see Notre Dame. They destroyed last week. Yes, we saw Notre Dame. I can't believe how they're still ranked over the Hurricanes, even though we beat them. So that's something that's kind of puzzles me, quite frankly. And KZ wanted to add Rams are a depth team. Seahawks more a star-heavy team. Wanted to throw that in there. All right. Now that we've gotten through all those comments, let's talk about what we're going to watch this week in college.
Don't worry, Ben. No weddings here. I just want to know what college game to watch this week.
All right, we got a couple of good matchups coming up this week. Let's talk about it. And it's great segue, someone, because we appreciate number 9 Notre Dame versus number 23 Pittsburgh this week. Notre Dame leads this overall series 50-21-1. They played last time in 2023. Notre Dame won 58-7. They won 4 in a row in this series. Justin, who do you like in this game and why?
I like Notre Dame just for the experience factor of it. Pitt, ever since they took the keys away from Eli Holstein, has looked really good. But at the same time, Notre Dame is just absolutely, I don't know if they're on a tear, but they're definitely trying to get back to that playoffs. And they just feel like the superior team in this game against Pitt.
I like that. Our boy Amnick want to know how the Bills lose. That's because they played America's team. The Miami Dolphins, Christian Fuentes, bolt up. Like it. Amnick says Michigan, Ohio State. Michigan is going to win. And Casey said, I don't know why. I love watching, what is that?
G5 games.
G5 games. All right, feel you there. All right, let's go to the next matchup. Ben, number 4, Alabama versus number 11, Oklahoma. Oklahoma leads the series 4-2-1. Last time they played was in 2024, and Oklahoma won, which was last year. Oklahoma won 24-3. Who wins this year, my friend, and why?
I got to go with them Alabama Crimson Tide for the simple fact that Alabama's on a redemption tour, it's on a revenge tour, and it started this year. Obviously, they was able to get another win, back-to-back wins against Georgia. Everybody was watching how they was going to look against Vanderbilt that blew the doors off them last year as far as like what they did on offense, got that big win. I think Oklahoma is a dangerous team. I think Oklahoma is going to give Alabama a really, really good game, but Alabama is the reason why Brian Kelly is no longer – no, that's Texas A&M is the reason why Brian Kelly is no longer at LSU. But Alabama is a team saying, look, we're not going to lose to Oklahoma 2 years in a row. Just like they said they wasn't going to lose to Vanderbilt 2 years in a row. If Oklahoma had lost last year to Alabama, I would have picked Oklahoma this year, but you're not losing to Oklahoma 2 years in a row. Coach Venables is a really, really good coach. Coach DeBoer has the best culture in college football or in the SEC, not named Texas A&M. Give me them boys from Tuscaloosa.
I like it. All right, let's go to the big one. I'll ask you both for your opinions on this one. Number 5, Georgia versus number 10, Texas. Texas leads this series 4-3. Georgia actually swept them last year, beat them in the regular season 30-15, and beat them in the SEC championship 22-19. Are they gonna make it 3 in a row, Justin? What do you think?
Yeah, they're definitely gonna make it 3 in a row. I don't know. Texas is so up and down this season that I just can't trust it. At least with Georgia, they kind of just have the ship going steady. And I just at this point I can't see Georgia losing this game. It would take an Arch Manning Heisman qualifying game to make this a win for Texas, in my opinion. And I just don't see him getting to that level in this game against the Georgia defense.
Dan, what do you think?
I think Texas is going to beat Georgia because I think Georgia been playing around this year too. I mean, Georgia been playing some games. They've been making games a lot closer than it should. Here's the thing about Texas. Texas needs a signature win this year. I don't know what their signature win has been this year. I mean, they lost to my Florida Gators. I mean, good Lord. I mean, you lose to Florida, and Florida ain't beat nobody else. So I think for Texas, they need a signature win. I think Texas beats Georgia and then loses to Texas A&M. I think Georgia got to play Texas A&M. I think in Georgia too. I could be wrong, but Texas beats Georgia this year. I think it's going to be a classic type game, and I just can't wait to see that post game press conference. Watching Kirby Smart explain to the world, wow, not only did you take a step back in 2025? Not only are you not going to be going to the SEC championship game, you ain't even going to the college football playoffs. So if you think people are pissed off at Athens now, you just wait till Sunday morning when they gonna lose it. Because somewhere in Athens, there's a guy that just got a pair of overalls painted all red. Because that's what they do in Georgia. They wear all red overalls because in their mind it's fashionable. It's not. The only person that should be wearing all red overalls is a child. And you know what it should say right here on his chest? Oshkosh bagosh. That's what it should say. Grown men should be not wearing all red overalls. What do you work on a railroad? What are you, a child? So sick of Georgia, they get on my nerves.
And wearing underoos underneath.
I'm just saying, you walking somewhere and say, "Hey, do y'all tailor clothes here? Yeah, what would you like? Could you dye this red?" That's not tailoring something. That's dyeing something. So can you do it? No. But there's a Walmart down the street that sells all red overalls. If you hurry now, they might
Good for
still
you.
have your size.
Hey Z, we're gonna put a new segment in for the G5 games right now because KZ.
That's my nephew's game. Kennesaw State versus Jacksonville State. My nephew plays at Kennesaw State.
He gave us some good showdowns. Coastal versus Georgia Southern, Liberty versus Florida International, and Memphis versus East Carolina.
He's fine.
Oh, also Boise State's playing San Diego State. That's gonna be a good one too.
Best running back in college football last year was in the G5. Ashton Jenkins.
Ben, the next comment for you, Marion says, "Sounds like this guy can't pull off red overalls."
I can't, and don't want to. Don't want to pull off red overall. I'm gonna say this: if I got on all red overalls, call a mental health specialist because I'm going through something serious.
Maybe
Because somebody goes, I'm just saying. Sound like I can't pull it off. Most people can't, and they should.
Maybe the rest of them should too. That's what KZ's with it. He's like, who can pull off
red overalls? Yeah.
All right, that's what we're watching in college this week. Let's talk about what we're going to watch in the pros and do some picks.
You all are terrible. Even the boys from No Weddings in the Fall didn't pick you to win.
Yeah, KZ says red overalls are a cry for help. All right, let's start in the NFC North. Chicago at Minnesota. Minnesota leads the series 69-58-2. Minnesota won earlier this year in September 27-24. They won 3 in a row and 8 out of the last 9. Justin, who you liking this and why?
Caleb Williams is the type of guy that would think red overalls is a cool thing to wear to the stadium. I can see him wear red overalls. It's a little suspect. I'm kind of going like, what are you doing?
He'll have red. He wouldn't have red overalls. He'll have red fingernails though. He will do that. I know he'll do that.
That's fair enough. I'm gonna go Minnesota in this one. I think Minnesota needs to win this one bad. And listen. The Bears have been giving up points, and Caleb's been following it up. He's been doing a great job, but he's playing Brian Flores' defense, who's seen him his entire career. I think Brian Flores dials something up for him. I think McCarthy gets off to a better game than he had last week against the Ravens, which he actually didn't have a terrible game. And they get a much-needed W and back into this NFC North race.
Minnesota, why? Because Chicago. Check out KZ. I love it. What do you think, Ben? Who wins this and why?
I mean, I gotta go with Chicago on the momentum that they're playing with right now. The Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams experiment seems to be working. They seen it. The defense is playing really, really well. And I think what Ben Johnson has realized about Caleb Williams is, look, man, I want you to play within the confines of the offense, but I want you to be yourself. I don't want you to play robotic. You're not 10-man out there. And the only thing that leads to confidence is experience. I mean, is evidence. The evidence is the guy's going out there getting it done. J.J. McCartney, I mean, I think he's got a shot to be good, but I think he thought he was going to do what Sam Darnold did. No, Sam Darnold been in the league a long time. Sam Darnold understands how to not mess this up. You know who can't stand football right now? There's a guy by the name of Justin Jefferson. Ain't nobody really asking. He is pissed because he like, dude, throw the ball to me. Like, what are we doing? Justin Jefferson can't stand J.J. McCartney the same way A.J. Brown can't stand Jalen Hurts. They can't say that out loud. But in the private, but right now, like, think about this. If J.J. McCartney came to Justin Jefferson's house and they got the ring camera like this, hey, man, it's me, J.J. What the hell you want? I mean, I just want to talk to you. Talk. You ain't going to let me in? Hell no. I don't even know how you got through the front gate. You ain't going to let me in for real? Oh, you gonna throw the ball to me on Sunday? I want to talk about it. Get out. No, I don't want to talk, bro. No. Because you got people thinking I'm not that good. And that's not the case, but Yeah, man, I'm still go with Chicago. I'm gonna go with it's not the sure thing, it's just a more consistent thing. JJ McCartney is inconsistent. Caleb Williams is consistent. So I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, and them Chi-Town Bears.
It was a close
Did
game
you hear
last
what
time.
Jalen? Did you hear what JJ McCarthy calls himself? He says, "I got an alternate personality. It's called number 9." I'll tell you what. I don't trust anybody who gives themselves a nickname. That ain't right. That ain't right. You earned that nickname.
If you went to your job and you said, I don't call myself Justin, I call myself number 9. Yeah, we about to call 911 on you. That's what we gonna do.
AJ Brown needs to stop his crying. We're going to talk about that in a minute because, win is a win. I could see Justin Jefferson being upset because they're not dominating like the Eagles are. But, listen, AJ Brown, bro, take a back seat. You're doing fine. I don't know who the hell is taking this one. I'm probably going to go beside Minnesota only because they're at home. I feel like Chicago does what the Dolphins are good at. They beat people they're supposed to beat, and when it comes to the bigger games, though, I just don't feel them stepping up, quite frankly. So, but we'll see. I mean, I'll look at their schedule because the Bears ain't really beat any big teams yet. So that's what I think, and not that the Vikings are a big team. They're at least above mid-tier. So, I think like Justin said, Brian Flores' defense might have something dialed up for Caleb this week. So, but we'll see. Again, this is kind of a pick-em for me, quite frankly. It's going to be close. We'll go with the pick-ems. We go with the home team. Let's go to the next matchup. The Chargers visit the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chargers lead the series 9-5. Remember when they played in the wild card game was the last time they played, where Jacksonville won 31-30. They won 2 in a row in the series. Let's go to Ben on this one. Who wins this and why?
The Chargers better get this get-back game. The last time the Chargers played the Jacksonville Jaguars, Justin Herbert had a better game, right? And one Trevor Lawrence had 5. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions, and they still won the game. Well, two things haven't changed. Justin Herbert has gotten better, and Trevor Lawrence has not. So for me, once again, Trevor Lawrence, and for those who don't know, Trevor Lawrence makes the same amount of money a year as Josh Allen. I'm going to say that again. Trevor Lawrence makes the same amount a year as Josh Allen. I just saw that Travis Hunter is out for the year now. Like they said, look, he's just out. Like he's not coming back. He had surgery. He's out. I'm gonna go with the Chargers because the Chargers are just a better team. Travis Etienne is a good running back. Parker Washington is a spark for that offense. I mean, he's a kick returner, punt returner, and he catches a bunch of passes. De'Ami Brown, if he still even play, I don't know what's going on with Brian Thomas Jr. Give me the Chargers. Keenan Allen is going to try to put a little bit, even though he's the all-time leading receiver now in Chargers history, he want to keep adding to that. But give me the Chargers. I just think they're a better team right now than the Jaguars.
Justin, who you like?
Chargers.
Yep. Okay. KZ. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just reading the comment. You good?
KZ agrees. He likes Chargers. No Hunter. No BTJ. Jacoby ain't that good. All defense from the Bolts. So if you got the Chargers defense in fantasy, it might be a good day to play them this Sunday. But yeah, I like the Chargers in this matchup as well. All right, let's go to one of the good games of the day. Bucks at Buffalo. Bucks lead this series 8-5. Last time they played was in 2023, and Buffalo won 24-18. Justin, what say you? Who you like in this one?
I got to check who I had in this one, to be honest with you. I probably honestly like the Bills a little bit more in this one, just because they need it. But yeah, this is definitely a toss-up game. Let's see, and I picked the Bucks, so that's perfect. So yeah, I'll go with the Bucks.
Both these teams need a win this week. I just think Buffalo at home, after getting that beat down by the Dolphins, are queued up. Sound like a co-host of ours on Sunday morning, that's for sure.
No. I think the Justin said, hold on, because Justin said, wait a minute, I like the Bills, and then hold on, who did I pick? You go, I picked the Bucks. That's perfect.
Bucks.
It's almost like. And who did you go with, Justin? I went with the Bills. I went with the Bucks. So this is what I'm gonna say. Because look, I love it though. I mean, you can't keep up with these. Listen, you do so many game picks, you can't keep up with this stuff. I used to I used to be on different shows. I didn't know this back in the day. You know how like you do radio, you go on different shows. So they'll say, "Hey, True, you know people listen to you on the radio? Yeah, you picking different teams. What do you mean? Dude, you picked the Bucks earlier, now you just picked the Bills." I changed my mind. I can't change my mind. I tell you, listen, my disclaimer is don't take my picks to the bank. I have a big old warning sign that say I don't feel good about it. Hashtag I don't feel good about it. So if you say what Ben said, you picked the wrong Ben. Nope, I didn't say I trust I'm a Falcons fan. You think you could trust what I say? Okay. That's on you. I'm just saying.
All right, well, who are you going to pick in this one on this show?
Oh my
I'm gonna go. I like the Bills though. I think the Bills need to win more than the Bucs. I think the Bucs have a very for sure stronghold on the NFC South. I just don't think nobody's gonna catch them. Carolina's not a real football team. Atlanta can't stop the run, and the Saints need to go to church. It ain't gonna help them, but they need to go. So yeah.
KZ said, honestly, Buffalo Bucks are hurting without their receivers. James Cook is playing good enough. Love Baker, but yeah, Josh Allen takes this. I agree. I just think after taking a beat down from down south from America's team, Miami Dolphins,
Beautiful.
you're definitely going to be poised up and ready to go. But again, Bucks took a tough loss as themselves. But we talked about that with the Patriots. Just think that it's starting to show how they're hurting for offensive weapons. So I agree. I like the Buffalo Bills in this one. All right, let's go to the next one. This is probably the game of the day. The Seahawks at the Rams. Seahawks lead the series 28-27. They split last year. Seahawks won 30-25, and the Rams won 26-20 in overtime. So, Ben, who do you think wins this one and why?
I like Seattle. I like the way they're playing on all cylinders right now. Their defense is one of the best in the league. People talk about what Jackson Smith and Nigga be doing and when the running game does with Sam Darnold, but this defense is stifling. If that Seattle Seahawks defense smell blood in the water, I mean, they attack. I think this is going to be a good game because Matthew Stafford is like Benjamin Button, man. He's aging backwards. As he gets older, he's playing better. Like, what is going on? I don't know if Devontae Adams is going to be there, but, Puka Nacua and then offense is going to still find a way to keep it interesting. But I got too much Seattle because Seattle can get you in the return game as well, but give me the Seahawks. Even though I know that Matthew Stafford and company is not allowed to just bow out and go quietly into the night.
Justin, who you like?
Can I just say I hope they both tie? But if I have to pick one, I think it's Seattle. I think Seattle's just got more of a better defense going for them right now. It's going to be a high-scoring game, but if I had to pick one right now, I think I would be putting my chips behind Seattle.
Man, I think KZ said it best. He said he'll flip a coin, but then he came back and said the coin says Seattle, so we agree with it. Can't wait to see Shaheed ball out. Yeah, I mean, they didn't use him at all pretty much this last week, so it would be good to see them and incorporate him into this offense. I'm going to go Rams only because it's in LA. I mean, that's pretty much about it. If this is in Seattle, I think it'd be easy for me to sit Seahawks for this one. I mean, it's really just kind of like KZ said, it's a coin flip, quite frankly. But both teams really, really looking good. So it's going to be a fun playoffs in the NFC. Let's go to the next one. The Chiefs visit the Denver Broncos. Kansas City leads the series 73-57. They split last year. Denver won 38-0, and KC won 16-14. This is going to be a good one here as well. Ben, who do you think wins this one and why?
I got Kansas City winning this one, even though Denver comes in with the best record. Bo Nix is not getting enough credit for how well he's played both as a rookie and in his second year. I mean, him and Sean Payton got a nice little relationship going on. Everybody thought that Sean Payton couldn't coach anymore when Russell Wilson was there. But Russell Wilson just got benched for Jameis Winston, of all people. And now you talk about a Denver Broncos team that they playing at home is always going to benefit the home team. But I just think that Kansas City is still reminding people, look, if we're not going to win our division, we at least got to be, in the contention to be a wild card team. I think they bring Denver back down to earth a little bit. I think Travis Kelce gets it going. I think Ricochet Rice and those guys get it going. Going to be interesting, but I'm going to go with Kansas City.
Justin, who you like?
I am in agreement. I think Kansas City definitely needs this more. And KC Rays definitely needs this one because he's over there crying because they had won one Super Bowl wearing a Kansas City Royals hat. I'm sorry for you, son. You're a Royals fan. I'm real sorry for you. You're almost as bad as me being a Sacramento Kings fan at this point.
Taylor Craghead says his coin said Broncos, he or she, and then they say Chiefs. I say Chiefs, but my coin says Broncos. KZ said, I'll say Chiefs. I'm a homer. We'll win this one and lose the next game against the Broncos. Yeah, so one of those, like I said, this is going to be a tough one, especially for the Chiefs to win in Mile High. Going to be a tough out, I think, really for this Broncos. This defense is good. Unfortunately, they went for the Broncos, and the Chiefs were just coming off a bye, and I think that really does make a big difference in this matchup. So I'm going to go the Chiefs here as well. And KZ wanted Justin to know that the worst part is he's a Rockets fan, so he's
He does.
salt in the wound for sure. All right, let's finish things up with the Sunday night delight. The Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly leads the series 18-16-2. Last time they played was in 2022, and Philly won 38-35. Ooh wee, what a good matchup that was. I just want to say this real quick though, because we didn't talk about that game. But Nick Sirianni, bro, you are so lucky that the Packers missed that field goal, bro. That was the dumbest way to end a game I've ever seen. I know it was a tough game, but why would you throw the ball deep on fourth down instead of just pinning them? They have no timeouts left. That didn't make any damn sense, and you're real lucky that they made through that. So that's all I'm going to say on that one. But Justin, who do you think wins this next matchup and why?
That is the mantra for Nick Sirianni's entire life at this point. You are so lucky that they haven't kicked you out of Philly because you're a terrible coach that just has an amazing GM, which they're going to just back the Brinks truck up for this GM because he keeps on making smart decisions and surrounding this fool with players. Like if Nick Sirianni had a normal team, like say like Carolina or something like that, he would have been fired 5 seasons ago. Like, no joke, he would have been fired 5 seasons ago. But he has Philly. He has great talent around him, and he's got a GM that continues to surround his players with, A.J. Browns and Jalen Carters and all these just top-notch talents. Sometimes I look at this team play defense, and I go, if it wasn't for talent, where's the scheme? Sometimes I also look at that as offense too, and I go, if it wasn't for talent, where is the scheme? Like, what are we actually doing with it? So, long story short, I'm gonna go with the Lions because I actually believe in what Dan Campbell does, and I think Jameson Williams is going to be a huge part of this. With Quinion Mitchell having a little bit of an injury last week, I don't think he's going to be 100%. You're going to be taking him away with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who's going to guard that guy? We saw it last week. When he gets going, who's going to guard him? There is nobody who's fast enough to guard him. Nobody.
Well, I hope somebody does, and I'm playing him against in fantasy this week, so hopefully somebody guards him. Sirianni, KZ said Sirianni is going to lose to Dan Gamble. Gibbs is too good right now. Gibbs is really good right now. And it's funny because that Philly rush D was what was so vaunted last season, what really put them ahead of things. And it just doesn't look quite the same this year. Ben, who do you think wins this one?
Yeah, I got Detroit as well. I think the thing, so much noise coming out of Philly right now with A.J. Brown being disgruntled. I mean, having a lot to say about what he isn't doing on the offense. He liked the fact they winning, but he's not contributing to the win. I think the thing about A.J. Brown, people say he's just satisfied with winning. That was 2024. He want to be the reason why they contributed on offense to the wins. And I think that because of distractions, Nick Sirianni, he's doing his best to keep it like on the low, but guys, I mean, a guy like A.J. Brown, when he talks, everybody listens, and he has a lot to say right now. Jalen Hurts ain't gonna have a lot to say about it. Devonta Smith ain't gonna have a lot to say about it. Lane Johnson ain't gonna have a lot to say about it. But Detroit, they say, hey, man, keep on talking, because no matter what, when I'm talking about anything other than football, that's taken away from what I'm here to do. So because of the distractions, and when you got Montgomery, when you got Gibbs, when you got Amon St. Brown, when you got Williams, when you got Aiden Hutchinson, when you got Penei Sewell, when you got Laporta, you got a lot of guys to deal with. I'm going to go with them boys from Motown.
Well, I'm going to go Eagles, mainly because I know my wife can hear me in the other room, and I don't want to be in trouble later. But no, honestly, I do think this Eagle offense, I think, will get going. I think AJ will stop his crying this week, because I think and they're going to have to, because they're going to have to open up this offense to compete with Detroit. So I like that. Now, one thing I will say, too, about AJ Brown, bro, nothing made me more mad than watching this man run into the huddle last week. They called him into the huddle, and just his body, he looked like some little kid that was just upset and just didn't want to be there. You put your shoulders down and you just sigh. Bro, you win football games, bro. What is the problem? I don't get it. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. You're a grown-ass man making millions of dollars to play a sport, bro. Get over yourself. All right, that's my little rant. Check us out on Friday. We're going to break down all of the fantasy landscape coming up Friday. We'll break down all the weekend games, give you our starts and sits. We have some sophisticated starts and some people that you won't want to put in your zone either. And then also on Sunday, don't forget to wake up with us 8 a.m. We're going to have lots of good things for you. We're going to have some betting advice. We're going to have some ultimate DFS lineups for you to play. And of course, we always give you Fantasy Jesus on Sunday, who blesses your fantasy rosters, as well as our Saturday morning or Sunday morning cartoon. So make sure you check us out on Sunday morning. Wake up here, right here on That Sports Podcast Network with TSS Fantasy. Justin and I are out for the night, but don't stay right here, because Ben is going to close us out with his Skadoop of the week. And I'll see you guys next week.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready for Ben Troupe's Skadoop of the week.
What up, my good people? I am Ben Troupe. This is No Weddings in the Fall. We appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to troll us, to give us all these comments. But I just want to speak to everybody that's not a content creator, that's not a podcaster. If you think we're not good at what we do, if you think we suck at our takes, at our analysis, at our breakdowns, you do it. But do it consistently. Don't just do it for a month. Don't just do it for 2 months. Do it every week. And let's just see. Because it seems like we don't know what we're doing, but this is what we do. And you don't do it, but you got a lot of criticism. But make sure you tag us so we can see what you're doing, listen to you, and maybe we might come on your show. We won't. And give you some feedback. But if you can't do what we do, all you can do is watch us do what we do. And guess what? If you like it, we might respond to your comment. But we love it either way. I'm Ben Troupe. That was Justin. That was the commissioner. This is No Weddings in the Fall. And I'm out of here.